When we think about the ultra-wealthy, our minds probably jump to flashy cars, fancy clothes, and extravagant lifestyles. You know the image private jets, mansions that look like something out of a movie, and wardrobes full of designer brands. It's easy to assume that the wealthiest people are all about showing off, spending big, and living in excess. But here's the twist. The reality is often the opposite. In fact, many of the world's richest people are extremely careful with their spending. They're not out there dropping cash on every shiny new thing, they're investing in things that hold value over time. Being rich isn't just about having expensive things, it's about making smart choices with the wealth you've worked hard to build. So, today, I'm going to show you the 10 things that even the wealthiest individuals don't waste their money on, and how you can apply some of these principles to your own life, no matter where you are financially. Let's kick things off with trendy fashion. If you scroll through social media, it's easy to get sucked into the latest fashion trends, the must-have shoes, the hottest jacket, or that one designer bag that's everywhere. But the truth is, wealthy people often steer clear of this cycle. They understand that trends come and go, and buying into them means you're constantly chasing something new, only for it to be outdated by next season. Instead of filling their closets with the latest fads, the wealthy invest in timeless, classic pieces. We're talking about well-tailored suits, high-quality leather shoes, simple but elegant accessories, things that never go out of style. They prioritize longevity and versatility over being seen in the hottest new trends. The key takeaway here? You don't need to follow every trend or buy every new thing that's marketed as fashionable to look good or feel successful. The ultra-wealthy know that true style is about wearing what fits you well and investing in items that will last, not just what's trending on the runway or social media. Next, let's talk about new cars. When we think about the ultra-wealthy, it's easy to assume they're constantly driving the latest, most expensive models. After all, flashy cars are often associated with status and success, right? But here's the thing. The wealthiest people aren't necessarily buying brand new cars every year just to keep up with the latest trends. In fact, many rich individuals prefer to buy used or pre-owned cars that are still in excellent condition. Or they lease vehicles to avoid the steep depreciation that happens the moment you drive a new car off the lot. You see, cars lose value quickly, sometimes as much as 20% in the first year. The wealthy know this and avoid wasting money on rapid depreciation. Some even choose to invest in more practical, eco-friendly vehicles like a well-maintained Tesla, rather than splurging on a brand new luxury sports car. It's not about showing off. They care more about efficiency, sustainability, and getting the most value for their money. So while they may drive luxury cars, the ultra-wealthy are careful about making smart, calculated decisions when it comes to purchasing vehicles, prioritizing long-term value over instant gratification. Now let's talk about real estate. When you think of the ultra-wealthy, you probably imagine them living in sprawling mansions in places like Beverly Hills or New York's Upper East Side. But here's the surprising truth. Many of the wealthiest people actually avoid overpaying for overpriced real estate in crowded markets. While some might have a few luxury homes, they tend to focus on properties that hold long-term value rather than overpaying just for the status of a prime location. A mansion in an ultra-expensive neighborhood might look impressive, but it's often not the best investment. The rich understand that market conditions can change, and they avoid overinflated prices that don't necessarily correlate with the true value of the property. Instead, many wealthy individuals invest in real estate that generates passive income or appreciates steadily over time, whether it's rental properties, commercial buildings, or homes in emerging neighborhoods where they can get better value for their money. The key here is that the rich are looking for smart, strategic investments, not just a place to show off. It's about finding value and opportunities, rather than chasing the latest hot market that's likely to cool off quickly. Moving on to the latest tech gadgets. Much like with cars, there's a constant pressure to keep up with the newest and flashiest tech. Whether it's the latest iPhone, the newest gaming console, or a smart home device that promises to make your life more efficient, the tech world is always throwing something new at us. But, just like with new cars, the wealthiest individuals aren't always rushing to buy the latest gadget as soon as it's released. While they do have access to cutting-edge technology, rich people are typically more discerning. They're less likely to upgrade to the newest model just because it's available. Instead, they focus on what's truly useful or efficient for their needs, and they'll often keep their current gadgets longer, avoiding the constant cycle of upgrades. Think about it, the wealthy know that gadgets lose value quickly, and that the biggest benefits often come from knowing how to use technology to its fullest rather than just owning the latest model. Whether it's a smartphone or a laptop, they prefer to get the most out of what they already own, without falling for the trap of constantly upgrading to the newest thing. Just like with cars, the wealthy understand that tech is meant to serve them, not the other way around. They'll only invest in new gadgets if there's a clear practical reason to do so, not just because it's the next big thing. Let's move on to lavish events. We've all seen those over-the-top celebrity parties or extravagant weddings with sky-high budgets. The rich might throw an event now and then, but here's the truth. They don't waste money on lavish, showy events just to impress others. While they may enjoy a nice celebration, many wealthy people prefer intimate personal gatherings, whether it's a close-knit dinner with friends or a private family event, rather than spending millions on a massive public spectacle. They understand that the best experiences don't necessarily come with a huge price tag. The wealthy know that the real value in an event comes from the people you share it with and the memories you create, not the extravagance or spectacle of the occasion. While a lavish event may turn heads, they often choose experiences that are more about connection and enjoyment, rather than flaunting wealth. So whether it's a birthday bash or a wedding, the ultra-wealthy are much more likely to spend their money on something meaningful and memorable, not just flashy or excessive. Now let's talk about overpriced dining experiences. We often associate wealth with dining at the finest, most exclusive restaurants, those Michelin-starred places where a single meal can cost as much as a mortgage payment. But just like with lavish events, the ultra-wealthy aren't spending excessively on meals for the sake of flaunting their wealth. Sure, the rich may appreciate fine dining from time to time, but they aren't blowing hundreds of dollars on a dinner just for the experience of it. In fact, many wealthy people would rather enjoy a simple, delicious meal at a local spot, or even a home-cooked meal with loved ones, rather than seeking out the most expensive, exclusive restaurants. Just like with lavish events, they understand that the true value in dining isn't about the price tag. It's about enjoying quality food, good company, and the experience itself, not about showing off or indulging in overpriced meals. For many rich individuals, the key is balance, finding value without overindulgence. So while they may enjoy the occasional fine dining experience, the ultra-wealthy are less likely to spend excessive amounts on meals, especially when the enjoyment is about much more than just the price. It's about quality, not quantity. Next up, let's talk about unnecessary subscriptions. It's so easy to get caught up in all the subscription services out there, streaming platforms, fitness apps, magazines, online shopping memberships, and more. While it might feel like you're saving a little by subscribing to everything under the sun, rich people know that these small recurring costs can add up quickly, and they're selective about where they allocate their money. The ultra-wealthy tend to be very intentional with their subscriptions. They don't just sign up for services because they're popular or because of a free trial. Instead, they prioritize subscriptions that genuinely add value to their lives. Whether it's a high-quality learning platform, a business tool, or something that enhances their lifestyle in a meaningful way. Many wealthy individuals even go the extra mile to track their subscriptions, regularly reviewing them to make sure they're only paying for things they actually use. By cutting out the ones they don't need, they prevent small, unnoticed leaks in their financial flow. The point here is that the rich aren't interested in unnecessary subscriptions. They focus on services that are truly beneficial and align with their goals. So, before you sign up for the next big app or streaming service, ask yourself, is this something that will make a real difference, or is it just another expense? Another thing the rich avoid: cheap, low-quality products. You might think that the rich are always buying the most expensive items out there, but in reality, they tend to avoid low-quality, mass-produced products. It's easy to fall into the trap of buying cheap items to save a few bucks, but the ultra-wealthy know that these items often need to be replaced quickly, costing you more in the long run. Instead, they invest in fewer, higher-quality items that are built to last. Whether it's a well-made suit, durable footwear, or reliable tech gadgets, the wealthy understand that spending more upfront on quality products ultimately saves them money over time. They avoid the frustration of constantly replacing cheap items that break or wear out. The key takeaway here is that quality trumps quantity. The rich aren't focused on filling their homes with endless cheap products. They invest in things that will stand the test of time and add real value to their lives. So, next time you're tempted by a bargain that seems too good to be true, remember, buying cheap stuff just to save a little now could end up costing you more in the future. The wealthy understand this well and make purchases with durability and long-term value in mind. Let's talk about luxury brands and status symbols. It's easy to assume that the ultra-wealthy are all about flaunting their wealth with high-end brands, whether it's a designer bag, a luxury watch, or the latest status symbol. But here's the truth. The wealthiest people aren't buying luxury items just to show off or impress others. While they may own a few high-quality luxury items, many rich individuals avoid splurging on products solely for the sake of status. They're less interested in displaying their wealth through obvious symbols and more focused on investing in items that offer true quality, craftsmanship, and longevity. The wealthy understand that true success doesn't need to be constantly validated by external symbols. Instead of chasing every luxury trend, they often choose pieces that are timeless, understated, and functional. It's not about the logo, it's about the value and the experience the product provides. The key is that wealth is not always about what you wear or drive, it's about the mindset behind the purchase. So while some luxury items might still find their way into their closets, the rich are less likely to spend money on status symbols or indulgent displays of wealth. They prioritize value, practicality, and discretion over being seen as rich. There you have it. 10 things that rich people don't waste money on. It's not about hoarding wealth or being frugal for the sake of it. It's about being intentional with your spending, making choices that add real value and thinking long-term. The ultra-wealthy have a mindset that prioritizes sustainability, value, and purpose over instant gratification. You don't need to be a billionaire to adopt this mindset. By making small, smart choices in your own life, you can start building wealth and living a more intentional, fulfilling life right now. The habits that lead to long-term financial success aren't about being flashy, they're about being thoughtful and disciplined. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who could use a little financial wisdom. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, where we'll dive even deeper into how to build wealth and live a more purposeful life. Take care.